Today, it's the Angry Cast, and I have Bailey here. She's going to test out something for me. And bird. We have a little bird with us. Well, a stuffed animal bird. Sarah. So we're watch. Don't walk into the hole. So look over here. Go ahead. Bailey's driving. Look over. Good Lord, what is that thing? That is an automatic sorting device. All right. So if Bailey would please walk over to the chest, not into the ocean. To the no, not into the squid. Will you come on? Go. There is a bat. There was a hole in there. Grab all that stuff out of the chest, please. Grab everything out of there. Shift, control, shift. No, here, just click on it. Shift, click shift. There you go. Just shift. Yeah, just hold it down. There you go. There you go. Now she's got it. Oh, baby. It's a wonderful thing. So what we have here is a sorting device that I learned how to build from looking at a couple of videos. So if Bailey, if you walk up to the podium there, to the chest, open that up, please, and drop everything into there. Shift click as well. You can shift click there too. Yeah, it'll just throw up in there. If you've ever been on a server or you have a multiplayer place, don't click out of it yet. Just leave it open. And you have ever had like a bunch of people working to help you build stuff, and they have all this materials, and it's like, well, where do we put everything? Like we have like 16,000, no, not pigs. This is like
that's true.
True, very true. But logs and stone and sand and all that, you want to have a place to put it. But you have all this stuff, and you don't have any way to organize it. You can build this automatic sorting device that will. See, listen, watch, look, see how it's all dropping out of it now? It'll start to drop off. So don't. No, don't. What are you doing, derp? So stop. But. This will take and sort all of the stuff in your trap chest, which is what it is, a trap chest, and we'll throw it into all these other chests. And the secret of this is that you have to have one of like a stack of items, one in each slot into a double chest, so that nothing else can go in there but the item that you throw in. Okay? So as soon as it starts to get going, you'll see. You'll see how everything from the trap chest will filter through and gets put into its slot. Now that we are, I didn't want you to break anything before we did it. So go ahead and look around. Go ahead. See there? Oh, let's see. The logs are starting to go in there. So it's going all the way to the end and then filtering back through. This is based off of a series of hoppers and droppers with some redstone attached. And you turn around. Go to the. Go. There you go. Go behind there. No, wait. Go behind there. Go behind there. And it's dropped down. This is what the guts look like. And this is don't touch anything. I don't want you to break anything. But there's a lot of redstone involved. But there you go. That's the automatic sorting device. And the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to build it. Okay. Well, we just kind of screwed that up. Go back. Go back over.
We didn't see that.
Yeah, we didn't see that. So next thing we're going to do is show you how to build it. And through the magic of editing.
What?
That's, you're looking in the dropper or something like that.
Derp.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. There. There you go. There you go. Okay. Thank you, Bailey. All right. So now we'll show you how to build this monstrosity. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Don't.
Horses for everyone.
And then, of course, it rains. All right. Okay. Okay, and now that you've seen how it works with Bailey, I'm going to show you how to build this monstrosity. But first, we need to switch back to the default texture pack, because using Sphax, you may not recognize some of the textures with the hoppers and the droppers. So, give me 1 second. Okay, so this is how it looks in default Minecraft texture pack, and we're gonna come over here, and I'm gonna show you how to build this thing on this set of wool over here. And here's the items you're gonna need in your inventory. You're gonna need 2 trap chests, 50 regular chests, 34 hoppers, 31 droppers, 10 redstone comparators and 10 redstone repeaters, 7 torches, redstone variety, 52 redstone dust, 21 quartz slabs, and then if you want to have 64, it doesn't matter. This is just basically for building back in, just, you know, placing of the redstone like we did over here. I did on clay. So let's get to it. Now this was not my design. This was done by, oops, hold on a second. This came from a design that I saw from Aaron, Aaron E215. His information will be in the description. It also came from a video by Sethbling, and there's a compact version of this by JL2579. And then everything else is going to be in the description, so you can go ahead and look their videos up. So let's get started. There's been some discussion that the machine needs to be facing in a certain direction. As you can see here, we are basically about noon time. I can tell you that this direction here is to the west. That direction is east. That direction is north, and that direction is south. Right now, the machine is facing. I guess if you had to look at it, it's facing towards the south. It has tested and it does work. Your mileage may vary on this one. So let's get started. First thing we want to put down is all of our droppers, and you're going to start it off as such. So as you can see here, I have these different stripes of wool to designate where I need to be working at. This is going to be the front of our machine, so we need to go to the third row, and facing towards you will be the output of the dropper. This one's going to be facing directly west. Place the first one there, then right next to it, place it looking down so it has the opening pointing towards up or towards the sky. Then holding down shift, of course, and otherwise you will go into the interface for the dropper. Add 4 more. And then we need to add a 5th one. I'm sorry, a 6th one now that that was the bottom. 4, 5. Sitting on the top. This is why we need the wool, so we can sit on here and do it. If you can't do it in creative mode, you're going to just have to build. I did this all in, I did the first one in survival mode so I could make sure that I used up all the materials that I needed and not have any left over. So I could count off and make sure that I did it correctly. So, okay, we have 1 stack here of 5 with the 6th one facing out that way towards the west. We skip a block and then start over again, putting down the first one. 4, 5. That stays empty on the top. Skip another block. Do the exact same things. And then we need to put one on the top facing that direction. And just keep alternating this. Okay, now we have all of our stacks. 3 with the dropper on the top facing to the west. 2 stacks of 5 without it, 1 on the top. And then the last thing we need to do is add our outflow for anything left over that doesn't get sorted. And hold down shift and 1 out. So as of right now, here's what all of our droppers look like. Okay, next step is to place all of our chests. Now, it used to be that you couldn't set chests on top of each other, they wouldn't open. If you covered up the top of the chest, they would not be able to be opened. However, that has changed, and now you can. So we need to set our chests up as such. Our 2 trap chests go next to this dropper, and 1 up from the floor, so leaving an open space here, because we're going to be putting a hopper underneath that. The rest of the chests will go in between the stacks, 5 high double chests. That's where you get your 50. So I'm going to go this way. Oops. Make sure you hold down shift so you can place the second one, since you don't have anything underneath them to click against. And then hold down shift and place on top still cannot place chests next to each other on the horizontal, but you can do them. And you can see they will open even though they are stacked on top of each other. Here's a look at what we have so far. All of our chests, 2 trapped, 1 up and 1 over from the first hopper. And then in between each stack of, the first dropper. And then in between each stack of droppers, we have 5 high double chests going across. Okay, now we get to the hoppers. This is probably the second hardest thing to do in this design. So the first hopper, shift click and point towards the first dropper. You can see that the arm is facing into there. The rest of them, you want to shift and click onto the hopper at the next row. So starting in between the first row, shift click onto the next dropper, and then you can see the arm goes over. Then do that with every one on the bottom. For the rest of the droppers, point them towards the chests. And once again, you're going to have to shift click to do it. You may have to do some finagling with your building blocks in order to complete this part of the task. Now the top row is a little bit different, whereas each of the chest rows, you will point and shift click into the chest. You have to do those first, and I'll show you why. Okay, see how we have these facing into the chest on the top row? Now, we have to go on the in-betweens where there was only 5 high of the droppers, and you need to get them facing this direction towards the other hopper. I did find a discrepancy. You only need 33 hoppers apparently, not 34. So, my bad. Alright, after that's all done, all of our hoppers are in place. You can see from the back side, all the hoppers. Now, the really hard part. Redstone. Do this within... If you can do this in less redstone, more power to you. I have no... I don't even know redstone that well. Okay, starting at the beginning by the dropper, the first dropper, put a block, the redstone comparator facing away from the chests, a redstone repeater, and then do that every other one. Make sure all of your redstone repeaters are at the maximum amount of redstoniness. I don't know the actual terminology for it. There you go. And then after you have your redstone repeaters and your comparators down, we need to put redstone dust all along the back side except for the last column space there. A block, a torch, a block, a torch, and another block. And before we build any more, I want to just show you what this looks like. So you have facing away from the chest, you have redstone comparators and a redstone repeater. Every other column, except for the last one, furthest away from the original trap chest area. Redstone repeaters are at the fullest amount, and you have redstone dust going all the way to the back with a block, a torch, a block, a torch, and a block. Now, we're going to build out this a little bit more. Oops. So we have a little platform here, 4x2, with 1 block sitting up, off, like pushed up out of the space, like it doesn't fit. Now you have this block on the inside of the machine, closest to the hoppers, but away from the trap chest. Put a redstone torch on the side, put a little bit of dust, and we put 2 redstone comparators going that way, away, and 2 coming back in towards that raised block, and then a little bit of redstone dust at the end. This is our clock. So once again, a 2x4 platform with the 1 block on the inside far corner, raised up, redstone torch on the side with some dust, 2 comparators going out, a dust, and a dust, and 2 comparators going back into the block. Alright,
Okay.
now we have a little bit of a pattern to go here. We have blocks, we have dust, we have another block, we do a slab, a top slab, flush with the top of the block. So block, dust, block, slab. Repeat that. Block, dust, block, and then top slab. You see we have the block in front of the hoppers, dust in front of the tall stacks of droppers, and slabs in front of the short stacks of droppers. So block, dust, block, slab, block, dust, block, slab. We put dust on top of the slabs, and then we put blocks in front of each redstone dust with dust on the top. And I'm glitching again. Okay, the last part to this, in front of each block with a piece of dust on it, do a top slab on the next level. So the second dropper, whoops, will have a slab on the top part of it, on top of the stacks with the dropper facing out. You get a slab. Alright, next level. At the first juncture, or first stack of hoppers, back by this redstone dust, place a block right there, build out 4, oops, take a redstone torch, put it on the outside with the first slab. You'll see it'll light up that redstone. Then do an L of dust this way, and then a redstone repeater right here on no delay. And then put another block and more redstone dust. We need to make a little bridge here, so we need to do 2 blocks of wool, or whatever your building blocks are, and then build one up. Take out this one. Now we have this little archway here. Go all the way to the end. Take redstone dust. Go all along here. Whoops. Redstone repeater. No delay. And redstone dust. Next. Go over from that 1 block, skip 1. Go to the next one, put a redstone torch in. Alright, go 2 more, or 1, 2. Take 2 building blocks to the next slab with dust on it. Once again, redstone repeater, dust. So at your bottom slabs, there you go, and then put another 2 spaces, put the redstone torch. Now we got to build these redstone elevators. So on the last row, to make it easier since there's nothing above this dropper, go ahead and build that up. Okay, now that you got your column built, go above the repeater, which you may have to, whoops, build out a little bit because of the how, you know, trying to stack on top of another repeater is hard. So there we go. Put a repeater on the front block facing away from the machine, redstone on the back block, and then on the top part of that block with the repeater, put a slab. And then you're going to want to go 1 up on the top and 1 below on the top half of the block. And then dust, dust, dust. So this is like our elevator. Over, 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 boom, 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 boom. Okay. Then last thing you need to do is put a torch on the side. Okay. Then at the next set of quartz slabs, top of that particular block in the back, top of that particular block up against the droppers, dust, dust, and dust. At the next set, you want to have a slab at the top dropper. There you go. Go down to the next block, put one in the back, then one up against the dropper there. So you now have this block here, little elevator action going on. Boom. And we do it again. Here's our bottom up against the droppers. Go to the top of the, oops. Next dropper, and then top of the next dropper. So we have, blah, 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 blah. So we have the, like just like another elevator, down top of that block, one behind it, still in line with the top, and then there. And we have our redstone on top of that. And then the last two. Go to the last dropper, the top. Go one behind. Again, once again, we have the little elevator action going on. Always want to have them on the top half of the slabs in the top half of the block. Our last row, just like always. It's getting hard to stand around here. Where it can work. Okay, we got slab in the back, still on the top. The next block. It's going elevator action. And you can see that it matches the other rows just like it. And that should be the last thing we need to do. One thing you want to be sure of is these on the top need to be max delay, which I didn't do. But yeah, max delay on the bottom, no delay on the middle, max delay on the top. Alright, that makes sense. Okay, now here's how everything works. When you drop everything into the trap chest, it feeds into the hoppers and goes through, or it feeds into the hopper and goes through each of the droppers. The trick is that you have to have each chest with one of everything in a slot. Or I'm sorry, one item in all these slots. So you have to go into each chest and put one item in every slot. This only works with stackable items too. For every chest you have, go through and put in one per slot in a double chest or single chest, leaving nothing empty. Okay, once you have all the chests filled up, we can test it out. So we go to our trap chest. We have all of our items here. Put them all into the trap chest. And closed. You can hear it start to move around and whir and churn and do its thing. You can see it's filling up the first dropper. Going through. So why do we have to fill up each chest with one item in every slot? Well, basically how this thing works is it goes through each set of droppers and hoppers, and it looks to shove it into a slot, into one of these chests. Stackable items will always stack on top of each other in their like capacity, meaning items that can stack will go on top of an existing stack. You can see it starts to fill in the orange wool. If I had this entire thing full of orange wool, it would continue to stack on top of here. So, you can essentially set this up one for stone, one for wood, one for sand, one for dirt. And then each slot can be an item that whenever I set up chests in worlds, I have them set by dirt and gravel. The lowest items that we have. Then you have all your wood, all of my stone, cobblestone, crackstone, all my different types of stone. So that's what you would do. You would set it up so that it would go into each chest stacking on top of itself and never putting anything else in. So you're sort of rigging the system in a sense. And all the redstone working in itself here. And also, if you want, because of the way things sit nowadays, you can take and label each chest on what it's supposed to be. You know, you can use signs as well, but this might be. So there you have it. We've built a sorting machine using redstone and vanilla Minecraft. And again, thank you to Aaron E215, Sethbling, and a host of other YouTubers and Minecraft players. All their information will be in the description. You can go watch their videos. There's other ways to do this using a smaller, compact system with pistons. But this was kind of fun and neat. I was glad I kind of got a chance to make it. Did it on the first try without screwing it up. I built them twice now without messing those up. That's pretty damn good. There you go. All right, enjoy, everybody. All right.
Good morning.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning.